Hi guys, so this video I'm about to share has cost me in excess of $5,000 to share with you. It's information that many people don't want me to put out. It's something I've struggled with over the last 6 months, but a product that I've been recommending and it has been fantastic, I can no longer recommend. I'm going to have to make a new recommendation, which I'm not really going to go into on this video, but the Prife teraherz wand is something that I can no longer recommend. I'm going to explain why and tell you the full story in this video. But first of all, just watch this quick clip from this lady who's just turning on her Prife wand.
Just turning on my machine. It's hot. Yeah. Jesus. Oh my God.
Okay, so what you saw there, unfortunately, has become a very common thing that the Prife wands are having a lot of problems since they changed manufacturers. And I've been waiting for them to fix it, hoping that they would fix it. They haven't done. And so we're in a situation where a product that is a phenomenal product that is life-changing for many people, but they've cut costs, I assume. They've certainly changed manufacturers from what I'm hearing, and the quality of it is no longer there. So wands are breaking, burning people, giving people electric shocks, and so on. Now, it's not the majority of wands, but it's a significant minority. So I'm going to explain a little bit about this. Now, I was threatened and I had a demand sent by Prife to not share information like this. They closed my account yesterday because I refused to be put into that position where I couldn't share truth that was important. When they closed my account yesterday, I had over $5,000 in there, which was my money, which I don't think, it looks like they don't want to give me access to. So that was my comment on the $5,000, because I'm going to be sharing information that I feel obliged to share. And actually, I've got some good news as well, because there's another company, I'm not really going to go into that, but there is another company that's manufacturing the exact same technology, much better quality and a better price. That's not really going to be my focus today. Really, what I want to share today is why I'm no longer recommending the Prife wands. Now, I have quite a lot of them as well. That's going to cost me. So if people want to buy them after this, then I can get them and give them at a discount. If you want to buy a Prife wand, I've got hundreds that I can get to you at a good price. However, it's not what I would recommend. So, and that's going to cost me a lot as well, because that's my money tied up there. But this is not about money, okay? This is about integrity, about being ethical, about sharing information as I find it, whatever the cost may be. You know, that's by the by. I think you guys need to know what's going on with Prife that's hidden underground, that certain distributors know, others don't. So don't think that your Prife distributor has hidden this stuff from you. Many of them don't know. At least they know a bit, but they don't know the extent. So I'm going to start sharing some of that now. So first of all, I'm going to show you some private conversations. When I say private, they're private in terms of their in-house Prife conversations. So they're not private, they're back and forth within Prife, but not in the public view. I'm going to make it public because nobody is doing this. Everyone is keeping it quiet, and it's about time that people understood and knew what was going on so they can make better choices. So here we see a conversation. Ricky Brandino is one of the top sellers of this wand in the US. And he's asking, he knows about the defective devices, he's asking some questions about it. So he says, so China's agreed to replace the defective bottoms. Are there any timeline? So there's a big problem. The bottom is defective, the electrics are defective. He's asking when they're going to get fixed. And then he asked the question, and do the stockists still continue to sell the defective ones now? And he's asking somebody very high up in Prife. Okay, and then you can read the rest of it yourself, but then he says, so he concludes from this conversation here, so we continue to sell the defective devices until further notice, laughy face. I don't know what you feel about that, you know, finding it humorous, and Prife is saying carry on selling the defective devices, and he finds that funny. Make of that what you will. Another comment here, she says it's a big concern, and she goes on to say one of the customers reported hot bits flew out of the base of his 1.0. That's actually the ones that had less problems while wanding, and one of the pieces burnt his hand. He was luckily surprisingly calm and pragmatic about it. He just wanted a replacement. Goes on to say, so many that burn out and smoke, it's beyond understanding why the company have chosen to make the newer batches in recent months hotter, and the 2.0 hotter again. Surely the hotter, the higher the risks. Yeah. So again, Ricky Brandino is speaking, and it tells us here that the motors are breaking sometimes within 30 seconds, and black plastic is coming out, something from inside the motor is exploding. And Ricky asks one of the stockists, and are you sending defective devices to fulfill warranty claims of defective devices that you will have to warranty again shortly? I've heard some people are on their third and fourth replacement already. This is absurd. And they replied, yes, I've sent 4 to the same person already. So this is so common that in some cases 3 and 4 times, a customer gets a wand, it breaks, they send it back, get a replacement, it breaks, they send it 4 times. And this has happened multiple times. This doctor, a bit more ethical, and she's not happy, and she said, yeah, why are we promoting a defective product with known problems, wasting so much time and money and reputation? This is insane. If you know there's a problem, take it out of circulation. Yeah, I think that would be what should be done. Now, the only thing that kept most of us even in the game is the fact that, in fairness to Prife, they had a good warranty, and where the ones were breaking, they were replacing them pretty quick without questions. But then that's even come into question. I'll come to that, and that's one of the big problems, because first of all, the numbers have gone up. In the worst case scenario, some of the batches are worse than others, and the worst batch I'm aware of, 40% of these ones were replaced within a very short space of time. I mean, there'll be more that break later down the road in months to come, but 40%, 40. So the warranty situation then becomes an issue, because yesterday, all the people in the entire country of Canada lost their warranty because Prife had to pull out of Canada. They can no longer send products into Canada. So everyone with a warranty, the warranty no longer works. If your one breaks, and we're just talking about the high chances of that, there's no longer a warranty. And that was one of the massive final straws for many of us, that we were relying on the warranty to fix the problems when there was a damaged wand, a broken wand, but that can no longer be guaranteed. So that's what's happened to Canada. But then I came across this. So again, this is Ricky Brandino, and he just received this from Prife, and he says this: besides that, this is from Prife, please do remind the member that the recommended usage time for the iTerra Classic is between 30 to 45 minutes max, as if the member were to overuse the device and cause burnout on the fan motor, will be considered as personal neglect, and personal neglect is not under warranty coverage. And Ricky asked, is anyone aware of this? So Prife look like they're trying to get out by being able to blame the user, and I mean, obviously there's no possible way they could know how long a user used the wand before it burnt out, but even if they did use it for more than 30, 40 or 45 minutes, you can't blame them for the motor burning out. But it looks like Prife are not wanting to honour their warranty, even in other countries like the US as well. So we've got to be, that's really concerning for those of us that were banking on the warranty covering this problem. Even Ricky was getting frustrated, and he says, you will destroy your company if you keep selling this junk. So it's good to know that Ricky believes the current products that he's selling are junk. That's what his own words. So Prife wanted to replace get the stockists in the US to replace the wire and try and fix them up a bit. So Ricky says this is stupidest thing he's ever heard, and it's also illegal. And then he goes on to say, and it's not just the classics, it's the premium and the pro as well. he's asking here who's going to be responsible if somebody gets hurt from one of these ones. He's concerned that maybe he could get sued. So we see here that somebody is saying that the current situation is that it's illegal for the stockists in Australia to sell them because they're known to have electrical faults, and it's illegal to sell a product with electrical faults. Hopefully you're starting to see a picture. I'm not going to show too much more because I think it's very, very clear from what I'm showing. They've got a major problem. It's hidden. They don't want it out, but they've not done anything now for 6 months. They keep telling us they're fixing it. It keeps not being fixed, to the point where the Australian stockists stopped selling it because they believed it was illegal to sell. It's beyond belief. This is one of the corporate team in Prife, and even he says no electrician with the right mind is going to hold themselves liable and work on these defective devices. This is from the corporate of Prife. Electricians are licensed and insured to work on legal wiring within structures that have permits here in the USA. This is definitely not the solution. Again, Ricky Brandino, in part, he says you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this is a poorly manufactured device with multiple issues, and that will continue to happen unless it's totally fixed from the start. And it hasn't been. So again, Ricky called it junk earlier. Now he's saying, privately, not in the public view, just to other Prife people, he's saying that it's a poorly manufactured device. I agree. They've changed the manufacturer. It's now poorly manufactured. We're having all sorts of problems. And I feel that needs to be public. I'm going to take a lot of flack for doing that from people. Why am I going to take flack? Because people like Ricky Brandino are going to attack me not because I'm not telling the truth, but because he's going to be losing income. I don't care about losing income. I've just thrown $5,000 away, and that's not my concern. This is far more important. We've got to operate in integrity and with ethics, and some of these people are not. And they're going to attack me, these people. You're going to see Prife people attacking people that are speaking out on the truth. And I'm the first. Hopefully there'll be more. So here's another comment about the illegality of what's going on. So yes, agreed that we now know, we ethically and professionally can't justify sending out unsafe devices. So this is where some of the stockists stopped selling them, wouldn't pass them on. Ricky Brandino said selling devices that you know are defective is highly illegal. Right, Ricky, so why are you doing it? You just admitted it. We know that they're defective. Why? Because Prife told us, right? And what sort of volume? High volumes of return products. And so then we see the response of the New Zealand stockists and Australian stockists. They said, we're holding the line on refusing to send out the 2.0s. Go on to say they can't take that risk. The last thing they need is a device that's going to start smoking or sparking in their hands. But we were told to keep selling them. So Prife carried on and many of the stockists did, but that's the situation. What are you guys feeling about this? Where's the quality control in all of this? Well, Ricky tells us there's zero quality control. And again, he questions, he's worried about who could be sued. But he carries on selling them, carries on pushing them, and attacks people like me for sharing this information. I've been sharing this for a little while now, and a little bit privately. I haven't gone public until now, but I've been telling people, and they absolutely attacking me. And like I say, my account got closed down because they don't want this information out there. So for these reasons, I can no longer recommend Prife. I've been trying to get an alternative and find something, if there was anything, and actually I'm halfway there. So I have found that in Malaysia, where Prife comes from, there are 2 companies that have the same tech, and the other company isn't really in the US, Canada and Europe and what have you, but they are just launching with their first product, which actually is a product, so Prife have a product that's actually a little bit easier to use than the wand because you sit with your feet on it, and I've actually recommended it to nobody because it's $4,500, even though it's better than the wand. It's a lot of money, so I've not recommended it, but it uses the same teraherz technology plus PEMF. and this other company is just launching it in the US, and it's more than 75% cheaper. Okay, they also have ones that just aren't in the US just yet. They are in UK and Australia and so on, but they aren't in the US. So that is a much better route to go. Like I say, I didn't want to get into that too much on this video, so I just want to let people know who are like desperate and love this technology. There is a company making it safely, quality, and much cheaper. So happy to talk about that to anyone that wants to know. But really, the purpose of this was just to share the information that's being hidden, that I've been hoping they were going to fix behind the scenes. I've been banking on the warranty covering it until they do. Personally, the ones that I've sold, the stockist that I go through does checks on them and make sure. So I've actually had a very low rate personally of problem ones, but as you can see, company-wide that's not been the case. So I've done all I can to protect my customers while waiting for them to solve it using the warranty, but this has come to an end now that the warranty is questionable, now that they've pulled the warranty in the whole of Canada, and we've now seen this information that they're trying to get out of it everywhere else as well by blaming the customer. So I'm done. So let me know what you think. You know, if you're going to attack me, I've got thick skin. I really don't care. Truth is more important to me. But if you want to know what the alternative is, then you can talk to me about that. I don't want to concentrate too much on this kind of bad stuff. You've got enough. You don't need to know any more than that. I don't think I've given you enough information to make a decision whether you want to continue. If you're a distributor for Prife, you've got an alternative. You shouldn't be selling this product. The private conversations say that it's unethical, if not illegal, to be selling these products. You need to stop until Prife fix their mess if you want to stay with Prife, or you need to stop and move to a company that's already fixed and a much better price. Anyway, I hope this finds you, that you found this helpful, and like I say, I'm open to comments. If I've made any errors, if I've said anything wrong, I'm open to being corrected, but I'm just basically giving comments and stuff. But if anything I've said is wrong, then please, I'm open to being corrected. But to the best of my ability, I've researched and looked into this at great cost to myself in order that we can serve our people better.